Morning, everybody. I'm Rachel from Reader's Cozy Corner, and I wanted to do something different. I normally do just book reviews on my blog, but I decided that I would like to try and do a video blog each week or every couple of weeks to talk about what I'm reading and what I'm going to be reading. So we're going to get started this morning with Phoebe's Light. Phoebe's Light is by Suzanne Woods Fisher. And it is different for me because I read a lot of Amish fiction, contemporary, historical, women's fiction, however, all of the different Christian fiction genres, probably except for fantasy, sci-fi, I read. But this one is different because it's about the Quakers. And I have never really read much about Quakers. I think there was one other book that I might have read that was the Quaker faith. So this one's different. It's got a little mystery, a little intrigue. It's kind of one of those dual timeline things where you're reading about Phoebe in her during her time, which I think is 1700s, if I'm not mistaken, without just opening the book and looking. And then you have Phoebe's grandmother, great great grandmother, I think. It's her journal that Phoebe reads throughout the book. So you go kind of you delve into her great grandmother's time, and then you're also in her time and what's going on in her life. So I really enjoyed it. I'm supposed to review it today, so I'll get that up on the blog in a little bit. But this one was kind of new to me, and this is my first Suzanne Woods Fisher. But I think that I would like to read more of hers because of this one. So another one that I've been reading. This is nonfiction. Set Free to Choose Right. This is Josh McDowell. Josh is excellent in anything that I've read by him. Parenting helps, marriage helps. Josh is good. So if you see this name right here, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a good book with good ideas and good helpful information. This one is for kind of raising your teenagers, and as your kids grow up. It talks about making the right decision because it's the right decision, not because of the way you feel or your emotions or anything like that. It's just this is right because it's right, or this is wrong because it's wrong, and it's what God's word says. So I've really enjoyed this one. I'm still working on it, but I am enjoying that one. I highly recommend anything by Josh. Okay. A couple of new things. I'm going to stick with my nonfiction to start out with. This one, have not started yet. Very excited to start it. I Will Love You Forever. And I cannot pronounce her last name. But if you all saw the lady on the Today Show who adopts hospice babies and takes care of them until they have passed away, this is her. And I was really excited about her story and just really touched by what she does. So when I saw this book, I knew that I wanted to read it. This is her story. So also one new to me authors, but I believe they have a foreword. Oh yes, by the author of Love and Respect, which is also a very good book from several years ago. Raising Passionate Jesus Followers. For me, that's something that I want. I don't want my kids to have a religion. I want them to have a relationship. And they need that passion for that relationship, because sometimes, and any of y'all out there that know who are Christian know that sometimes it's hard to be different than everybody else or to have a different viewpoint than everybody else. So I'm hoping to learn some good things from this one, but I have not started it yet. And that is by Phil and Diane Comer. So Raising Passionate Jesus Followers. And also any of these new books that you see me throwing out, if you can get a hold of them. Some of them are not published yet as far as out to where you can buy them, and some of them are. Read them with me. I'd like to know what you think about them as well. So, all right, now to some of my, I'm really super excited about this one because I have waited 2 years for this book. Now you say, how can you wait 2 years for a book? Well, this is the third in a series, and I started the series 2 years ago. I was reading them each one as they came along. So I started with If I Run, and then there was If I'm Found last year, and now this year, If I Live. Now, I already know this is going to be good. This is like one of those books that you get in the mail and you go, okay, please, can I just read that one right now? Just drop everything, read this book, and so I have to know what happens. But I have to be good and read some of these other ones first. But I'm super excited about this one, Terry Blackstock, If I Live. The series is If I Run. If you're interested in reading them, go buy all three. Don't start with the first one and think, well, I'll get the other two later if I like it. No. You want all three. And if you're going to go to your library and get it, which is awesome, tell them you need all three at as close to the same time as you can. Because trust me, you're going to read these and you're going to go right through them, and you're not going to want to have to wait any amount of time to finish this series. So, last but not least, Katie Ganchert. No one ever asked. If you have the opportunity to read Katie's books, read them. They're not fluffy. They're not necessarily super romantic or beach reads. These are not beach reads. These are deep thought. They make you think. They do make you feel good, but they can hit you in a lot of different feels. Okay? I hate that term, but they can. So if you want something that really just tugs at your heartstrings and makes you think, you want Katie's books. No One Ever Asked. That's her newest one. It will be out, I think, April 4th. But she has several out, so just pick one and get started because you're going to love it. And I believe Life After was last year's book, and trust me, that one, I needed a box of tissues with that one. That one really hit me hard, but it's so good. So, Katie's books, you want them, read them. Next week, hopefully, I will have some new stuff for you, and hopefully I'll have some of these kind of more ready to review. Give me some feedback if there's anything you'd like to see or ways you think I can improve. Let me know. And I'll see you next week.